All right, so here is the video on systems of equations. So I'm going to do a system of two equations first. I'm going to do them both ways, the substitution method and the addition elimination method. If you wanted to, you can graph these. I'm not going to show you that because you could just use Desmos and just type it in exactly how it looks. So let's get started. So I'm going to solve first by substitution. Now remember, what we want to do is take one of the two equations, okay? Solve for a variable. So step one, I'm going to take equation 1 and solve for y. So I get 2x plus y equals 3. And all I'm doing is I'm just taking the 2x and moving it to the opposite side of the equation. So 2x plus y equals 3 and y equals 3 minus 2x, the equation that we just did, are identical equations. They're just written in two different ways, but they're still the identical equation. Now, our second step is to substitute y equals 3 minus 2x into the equation that we didn't pick. So the equation that we didn't pick, x minus 2y equals 4, we're going to take this and substitute it in for y. So x minus 2 times the quantity 3 minus 2x equals 4. And then all I'm going to have to do here is just solve for the variable x. So I will distribute to give me x minus 6 plus 4x equals 4. I will combine like terms. I will go ahead and isolate the variable. And then finally, divide both sides by the coefficient in front of the variable to give me x equals 2. Now, if you look at the very top of your screen, all right, we know what x is. And because we solved the first equation for a specific variable, y, we could go ahead and automatically find what the solution to our system is just by taking x equals 2. So I'm just going to write solve for other variable. So we're just going to take x equals 2, substitute it in for x, and then just go ahead and simplify. We get 3 minus 4. So y equals negative 1. Therefore, our solution point is 2, negative 1, which means if I were to graph these two equations, 2x plus y equals 3 and x minus 2y equals 4, they would cross at the point 2, negative 1. Now, I'm going to do the same exact problem because we already know the answer. The answer is 2, negative 1. I'm just going to do this with the addition elimination method. So let me write this out real quick. Addition elimination method. And I'm going to write the system out again. 2x plus y equals 3. X minus 2y equals 4. Now with this method, the first thing you want to do is pick a variable to eliminate. So just by looking at the two variables, x and y, I think I'm going to go ahead and eliminate y. And the reason for that is when I look at them, and I'll highlight it real quick for us. When I look at these two variables, notice that they definitely have opposite signs. It's just the first letter y has a coefficient of 1, and the second y has a coefficient of negative 2. But I can easily make the first coefficient a 2 just by multiplying equation 1 by 2. So I'm going to take positive 2 and multiply it by equation 1. So that's going to give me 2 times 2x plus y equals 3. And I'll just distribute this. 2 times 2 4x. 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 3 is 6. So what I'm going to do here is just rewrite it. 4x plus 2y equals 6. I'm going to write equation 2 underneath it. X minus 2y equals 4. And I'm going to add these two equations together. And by adding them together, look what I get. I get 5x equals 10. Now I can solve for x by dividing both sides by 2. Oh, I'm sorry, dividing both sides by 5 to give me x equals 2. All right, now, the next thing we need to do is we need to go back to an original equation and solve for the other variable. All right, we already know x equals 2. What we need to do is we need to find out what y is. So I'm going to use equation 1, which is 2x plus y equals 3. And I'm just going to substitute in x equals 2. And I'm just going to go ahead and solve for y. So I get 4 plus y equals 3. Subtract 4 from both sides to give me y equals -1. And once again, we come up with the same exact solution.